So now we've took boxes off these and about 85 grand in cash, right? So, you know, we get back up, flying back, we're like, yeah, that was a proper touch, that. So what the plan is now is we're going to go back up tomorrow in the fair. With the baby's man, the kids again, right? I'm going to watch what goes on. There's going to be a few more of us now this time, no. Because, you know, it's an operation, this. And we need to see who comes there and what they do, and if these lads are back out already. Because if these lads are back out already in the park next to the fair, that means they've got like a fast replenishment rate. So whoever's giving these them bits that quick means they've got the major pie, doesn't it? So that pie we've got, it doesn't look right, it doesn't seem right, it doesn't seem like it's going to be enough for what they're doing. Do you know what I mean? So that's only going to be the day pie, innit? Which are taught off anyway, but let's see what happens. So gets back, I mean, there's everything divides it all up, and I'm saying to them, yeah, listen, we've got this, we've got that, we've got this, that. So there's 4 of us, we've got 85 grand in cash, but we've got loads of boxes. So I said, yeah, here's what we'll do, we're going to have to weigh the baby's man, and there's no way we're not, because she was a part of it, doesn't matter what you say. Now, I know she'll be baby's man, all that, when we kidnapped, but fair's fair, I'm not going to be so, I'm like, what you reckon then? So we comes to the outcome of, yeah, well, what we'll do is we'll give her 41 grand right out of the cash, and then we'll split the rest in cash, and we've got 11 grand each as well. And then what we'll do is we'll split the boxes, which is nothing to do with her, yeah? Do you know what I mean? So she's got a 41 grand of cash, and she's going to be happy in the morning when we turn up with it. So we all just end up having a little stripe on the brandies and all that, just have a little chat, this, that, you know, just go, right? And been a good day. I only went to Blackpool with the kids. Been a good day, but I reckon tomorrow is going to be an even better day, innit? So we all get our heads down, and a few of them gets off, a few of them stays and all that, and we're just sitting there with all that, yeah, so morning comes, everyone's on the brekkie, and, you know, he wants bacon, he wants eggs, he wants this, that, this. I'm just like, lads, I would not eat a thing off you because you had the worst cook ever. So everyone getting changed, doing all what to do and all that, and he goes to the baby's ma. So I've gone into the baby's ma, and I'm like, yeah, this view, just puts a fucking bag down full of cash, and she just opens it and just looks at me. She's like, what did you do last night? So I'm just like, nothing, but you know what happened last night, right? So it's the same setup. There's 5 of us in my car, there's me, the baby's mum, my mate, and the 2 kids. And then we've got a rammer though that's followed, but we haven't sold it. And in the rammer, there's 2 other lads who are the mates who were with us last night. But I'm thinking this is going to be bang on, because we've got to be the blocker. If you don't know what a blocker is, it's a blocker from Plod. So the rammer's in front of us all the way to Blackpool, right? There's no way, and we're behind it. So what that means is, if Plod come and they try and pull it, then I've got to get in the way, you know, sort of thing, like blocking it and be like, oh, no, like play stupid, like I didn't know what was going on. So we're just following this car all the way, right? And the baby's mom's just looking at me, because she just knows quite well, like, why are you just directly behind this car all the way from Liverpool to Blackpool, exactly where we're going? So we make Sarah blend it, I'm trying to blend it. And she's like, they're with us, aren't they? I'm like, yeah. I'm like, they're with us. She's like, what are they going to do? They're only going to watch things and that. She's like, lad, make sure no one does nothing at all while we're. I'm like, listen to me, it's not like that. She's like, all right, Sam. She's like, is that a plater? I'm like, yeah, it's a plater. She's like, well, how are you going to do that? I said, no, they're going to jump in my car when we get there and leave that car in the car park. And she's like, lad, you just taught them everything over there. So let's see what happens here. So we're flying. So we get there, right? What we're going to do, we're going to park the rammer up in Blackpool, and then they're going to jump in my car, so it's not bang on, and just drive around while I'm in the fair, you know what I mean? So we need to watch what's going on. So we get all there, and now he goes in, and then the 2 lads who were there in the rammer, they jumps in my car, and they just goes on a recce to the gaff where he was. They're just sitting outside there, just waiting to see information or see what's what. So we get on this little train again. And we're all on the train, right? So as we get to the way we're going, by where the bouncy castles are, it's a new setup. There's all even newer bouncy castles, so it's even better. Sad. Kids are buzzing, yeah. The ma's like, oh, lads, reckon we'll get us. I'm like, nah, no one's getting on us. So I goes back in the shop again. I'm like, yeah, I get some sugar dummies, some rocks, just this, that. I'm looking at the gaff, and the gaff looks all quiet now. And the lads, I can't see the lads in the park yet. So as I'm walking back, I see the lads walking back to the gate, and I'm thinking, no way, they are back active again already that quick, it just like confirms what I said before, that they must have a bigger pipe. There's no way they haven't. So the 2 lads are back in the park now. So I walks back over, sitting on the bench, just all the same, this, that. And we're just watching them, and the baby's mom's going, no way, look at them back again. I said, I know. I said, we took everything they had last night, but maybe we didn't. Maybe they stuck down and stuff, do you know what I mean? And my mate's going, lad, they probably did, you know, because I reckon it's all in there. I'm like, do you reckon? He's like, lad, well, yeah, we'll think about it, lad. He's only give you what you've like told him he owed you. So as far, you know, they could be getting bits off other people and that, which is a good comment. It's a fair comment because they could have been, do you know what I mean? They could have been. So I'm like, yeah. So I get up and I thought, yeah, I'll go back to the shop and look right now. Here's the kicker, here's what I'm like. As I'm in the shop, I can see that this lad's walked into the fair. You know, the lad from the park, he's walked around and walked into the fair. I'm thinking, what's he doing here? So as he comes out the shop, because obviously he doesn't know I am and not like that, I'm walking past and I'm walking up with him and he's talking to the punter. Remember the punter where I dropped the dummy? Ah, no way. So the punter where I dropped the dummy, he comes up to me, he's like, what's happening? But he's with the lad he was grafting. I'm like, what's happening, lad? And as soon as we spoke, the other lad just looks at me, you know, just looks at me. Not like to say nothing like that, but just to think, know what? And I'm thinking, no way. So I don't know what's happened there, but like he wasn't even there in that house, but the way he just looked at me, he must look like he's a scouse at him. But he can't recognise me voice, you know, for a fact, because he wasn't in the house last night. But you know, they've been robbed by scousers, and this punter, he's seen me the other day there, so as soon as I walk away from him, he's going to be like, how do you know? He's going to be like, I've seen him the other day, and he gave me dough, do you know what I mean? And then I phoned you, if he says and then I phoned you, it's going to come bang on, there's no way it's not going to come bang on. So I'm just like trying to blend it, like, yeah. And so I've made the point, like, I'm just with my kids, lad, aren't I? So I point over to the bench, my kids there and that, and this other lad, he's like, he's not snarling, I was like, I'll just put him clean out, but he took a step back, and he's sort of like, I can see his brains working, so I don't know what he's going to say to this punter, right? I just don't know, but if he starts saying, well, he was here the other day, do you know what I mean? Then, I don't know where this is going to go. But now, straight away, that's me out the game, innit? I can't be a part of it. I can't go in the gaff now because he's got a visual of me and me kids. So what's going to happen now? He's probably going to go back to the pie, get out the top window and start taking pictures, innit? There's no way he's not. We need to bail, but I can't just bail because it'll be bang on, do you know what I mean? So my mate, he's like gone and done something, so he can't get seen with me, do you know what I mean? So I jumps on the phone like, lad, don't come over to me, just disappear, do you know what I mean? Don't come over to me, because if he gets on him, then he can't go in either. So it's, you know, it's looking like a family day out and that, but I need to get to the other side of the fair, out of range of this window, don't I? Do you know what I mean? So that's me out the game now, there's nothing I can do. I can't be a part of it because he'll recognise my voice, and if he does go back and gets a picture of me somewhere or somehow, or he's took a picture of me on the sly already, do you know what I mean, which is what I'd do, then he's got a visual on me, hasn't he? So that's it, I'm out of it. I can't do that. I've got to just sit behind the scenes now and, you know, organise it all. But you know what, lad, your pie's going and so's your bigger pie. It's just all going, everything's going. So I've phoned me other mates who were in my car doing a recce, right? I'm like, lad, where do you come and get him? They're like, lad, we're sitting outside this new gaff, right? What do you mean? He went, lad, we were sitting there watching it, and these two big view sheds have turned up, lad, right, with hold doors and that. They've gone in and come out without the old doors. I'm like, yeah. Said, you followed them? He's like, yeah, there's a way, like, lad, about 5 streets away. I'm like, yeah. I'm like, that's defo, the proper pie. They're like, lad, defo. I'm like, get some pictures like all of these other lads. I said, right, get back to the car park and meet him, because it's come bang on, lads. I've been seen, lad. They're like, all right, sign. So I texted with them, go to the entrance, and they'll pick it up now in my car. So I said, lad, go back and go and get 2 things and ballies and come back, yeah. And they're like, why? I said, lad, just do that. And I thought, you know, I'm going to send the baby's ma home with the kids in my car, and we've got the rammer there, do you know what I mean? And we'll have ballies and that as well. Do you know what I mean? Now, I'm not going to get out the car. I'm going to have to be the driver, aren't I? You know, just watch over, because there's no way I can't get here. Because if we do burst the gaff and that lad's in there, he's going to know it was me, because he'll get on me voice and he'll just get on me. Do you know what I mean? He's already seen me. And like I said, he's got pictures and that's it. But no one's coming back here tomorrow. Do you know what I mean? No one's coming back here tomorrow, mate. So it's tonight. It's going to have to just be tonight, yeah? We're going to have to just burst gaffs, mate. I don't know which gaff we're going to burst. Could even burst both of them, but let's just see what happens. So me, the kids and the baby's ma, we all get back on that train, just gets off back to the end of the fair, do you know what I mean? That's us done, we're not going back there now. We know where the gaps are, we know what's happening, yeah, I don't want to get seen too much, I've already been seen, you know, now, like I said, if he took pictures of me, then, you know, it is what it is, he's got pictures of me, hasn't he, so I'm going to have to get out of the way now. So I said, so here's what we're going to do now, I said, when these get back, you take my car with the kids, right, and go to that play centre. Now, my mate's got a play centre, and there's no CCTV in there or outside because they're active. Not that they're active in there, but they just don't have CCTV, do you know what I mean, because it's only a kid's gaff. I said, then what I want to do is park the car outside the play centre, right, tell the kids to stand by the car, right, with you and get someone to take a picture of you, yeah, as if it's me taking the picture. And now it won't be proof, but it gives me a leg to stand on. What are you on about? There's nowhere around the area, you know, like plod, you know, in case anything goes bad and all that. She's like, go on, sign. I said, make sure you get the reg in on the car as well. She's like, I will. I said, put it on Instagram. She's like, what? I said, just put it on Instagram with like a little post, like the kids, daddy and the mummy just in the, you know what I mean, in a play centre, you know, just something stupid. But first, go home, right, and put the kids in the same clothes as, go through your phone, find a picture of me in the play centre from whenever, screenshot it, don't use that picture, screenshot it, because then the date will change to when you've screenshotted it, yeah? So once you've took the picture with the car and the reg on it, screenshot it, the kids will be in the same clothes, and then post both pictures, so it looks like I'm there as well. And it looked like I'd already took the picture then. Do you know what I mean? And she's like, lad, you're proper crafty. I said, I'm not crafty, I'm just on it. Do you know what I mean? That's what you need to do. And then delete the original picture out your phone. Simple as that, yeah? Simple as that. So then we've got a picture of the kids by the car and then a picture of me in there with the kids. They've got the same clothes on. It'll look proper sound. Post both pictures at the same time. She's like, all right, go on, I will. Sound. I'm like, all right. I said, we'll wait for these to get back and then go. She's like, all right, I will. So we're playing and all that. And I'm saying to the kids, listen, this is closed now. They're like, what? I said, do you want to go to the play centre? They're like, yeah. I said, all right. I said, well, what's going to happen? I said, in a minute, you're going to go to the play centre because the fair's closing now. I don't know what's happened. There's been a flood, you know, just proper blended it. In my head, I'm thinking, this isn't going to be enough, but there's not going to be enough of us. There's only 4 of us, you know, we're up for it. So we're going to need someone else. And I'm trying to phone my other mates and I can't get hold of them. Like, how do we get hold of them? I'm like, where are all you lads? They're like, oh, lad, with this. There's no way they can get back in time. So I haven't told them nothing. So I'm thinking, who can we use? And then told, you know what, we work with this firm from the North End. I'm like, we work with them. They'll be up for it. So phones him like, what's that, lad? He's like, what's that? I said, you're up for a graft? He's like, of course I am. I said, it might be sun, it might be none. He's like, listen, I already know it's sun, but you wouldn't have phoned me. He's like, what do we need? I said, we need 4 years, lad. We need 2 things, ballies and a rammer. Can you sort it quick? He's like, yeah. He said, lad, how long have we got? I said, lad, probably about 2 hours max, you know. He's like, all right. He went, where I told him, he went, have we got to be up there in 2 hours? I said, lad, yeah. I said, no. I said, lad, you're going to have to move fast, you know. I said, we've got like I said, worst case 3 hours, lad, but that's pushing it. He's like, all right, sound. I said, what are we doing? I said, we're bursting 2 gaffs at the same time. He's like, all right, sound, lad, sound. He went, I'll get back on you. So he gets back on me straight away in must have been about 20. He's like, lad, we're ready to go. I'm like, all right, so I told him where to go. He's like, yeah, we're on our way up now. So now we've got 8 of us. We've got 2 cars and we've got 4 things and, you know, we're all ready to roll. This is going to be an absolute smash and grab, or it's going to be a failure. But either way, you know, we're coming in heavy and we're coming in hard, mate. And, you know, these kids are not expecting what's happening here. Yeah, we have got some heavy kids, ballied up, with pieces, about to go through gaffs like it's absolutely nothing. Phones me other mates, I'm like, where are you? They're like, lad, we're on the way up. I said, I said, listen, don't come here. I said, park up on the coastal road. He's like, what? I said, just park up on the coastal road. I'll meet you there. Because what I need to do is, I need to get this CCTV of Blackpool, yeah, of me getting in the car and getting off. And then I've left the scene, I'm nowhere around there if it comes bang on. So I'm like, yeah, I come in. So gets the kids in the car, gets in the car, jumps in, gets off, bomb flies down to the coastal road, gets to the meeting point, and then jumps out the car, gets in the other car, gives her the car, says, all right, go to play centre now. He's like, go on, sound. So that's me off the scene, do you know what I mean? I am, but I'm not. So I'm like, we can't go back there. So I'm thinking, no CCTV, the beach, yeah? So let's go and park this car up in like some normal street in the middle of nowhere by there, where it's only like a little 5-10 minute walk away from the beach, and we'll go and sit on the beach for a little bit, and we wait for the others to come up, yeah? So what I've done is I've made a group on WhatsApp, and the group is one of my mates and one of the lads from the other firm. So I've phoned them, like, I'll make sure you bring headphones with your phone. Like, come on, sound, because I've already got headphones, so we can have them, and I'm sound. I'll just be on loudspeakers. We're going to do a group call. We're going to be in communications. I'm going to be in the car watching, and we'll have both of them on a group call where I can speak to both of them at the same time. You know, like, it's like a 3-way call, do you know what I mean? Just to see what's going on and make sure everything's all right, because, you know, we've got to be careful, yeah, because, you know, it is a good plan, but it's only been through together dead quick, just off the top of my head, just like bam, yeah. In theory, it'll work, but if something goes wrong, or, do you know what I mean, then it's going to be a different story, isn't it? So I've got to be like, just be planning it, and I don't know what's going to be. So the main attraction, I reckon, is going to be the new gaff, you know what I mean? I reckon that's going to be the main attraction. So even if we can only do one of them, we're going to go and do that one, yeah? So I'm just waiting for everyone to turn up and that, and then I've told the lads the same now. These have all turned up, they've passed up in the same side street where we were, and they walked over on the beach and that. So there's like 8 of us now, and we're just planning everything, just like proper strategically, right? I'm like, right, sound, is all your batteries charged on your phone? He's like, yeah, sound, full battery, sound. So now we've got comms, right? And we've got 4 pieces, 8 lads, 2 rammers, and 2 pies to go through. Now it ended up having to be a 4-way call. So we've got me who's driving one car, the other lad who's driving another car, and then 2 are going in on the scene with the other lads, you know what I mean? So there's a 4-way call now. And they said to me, however you going to go? I said, well, it depends, lad. I said, I said, if they've got nothing on them and they start doing a struggle, then leggy them. He's like, but if anyone's got anything on them, what should we do? I said, lad, just put one right to the head. And they're like, lad, that's not like you. I'm like, I know, lad. I said, but we can't have any casualties, lad. I said, think about what we're doing. I said, imagine someone raises our pies, lad. We'd go all in. So in this big pie where these juice heads was, I've got a feeling they're going to have naughties with them. They will, lad, because, look, they're on high alert. So you'll have to just do them. And they're like, all right, sound. I'm like, lad, in and out. I said, just worst case, do them, but, try and just leg them if you have to do anything. Try not to do anything. I said, control the room, yeah. I said, but if it does get out of hand, then leggy them. But if they pull something out, you'll have to put one right through them, lad, because I don't want none of us getting hurt, lad, on this graft, you know what I mean? Now, I know it sounds rough and that, but we're all in, do you know what I mean? So if they start wanting to be like that, then we're all in, do you know what I mean? We're all in, mate, and I don't want that to happen, because then it's a murder scene, but if it happens, yeah. Have worse if you can, and you have to do something. Just try and leggy them, and that's it, yeah. So they're all like, all right, sound. I'm like, who's driving out of you? They're like, him. I'm like, lad, I said, why doesn't Fat Boy drive? He's like, what is it, lad? He's not going to go nowhere. And Fat Boy's going, oh, do you know what? Why am I always the butt of every joke? I'm like, shut up, lad. You must be a gangster. Shut up, lad. They were only having a laugh, lad. He's going, I know, lad, but, oh, lad, shut up, lad. Shut up. I said, mate, he's the driver. I said, let him drive your rammer. I said, because, lad, you need to get off if you might need to get off. You might even have to scatter, lad. So if you have to scatter, then we're going to have to try and mop you up, do you know what I mean, lad? Because, let's look at what bad things could happen. Loads of bad things could happen. It mightn't just be all like, you know what I mean? It might not go to plan. It might, but it mightn't. So we've got to prepare for the worst, you know what I mean? They're like, yeah, so I've been like, he's driving your car, lad. There's no way he's not, lad. And now I'm not being funny. Lad, he's too fat. He's not going to, where is he going to go, lad? Yeah, lad, he'll be like running in slow motion. He'll be the first to get it. No, I'm not being horrible. I'm being a realist. He is, though. He's a good lad, don't get me wrong. I love you, lads, for listening to this now, but, lad, you're massively overweight. Oh, my God. Now, time's getting on, yeah, and we're ready to make a move. So we all know what we're doing, and, the plan's set in motion, and, yeah, let's just see what happens here. This could go either way. It could be proper sick, or it could be like, you know what I mean, it could be whatever. So, you can't predict what's going to happen in times like this. You've got to just, go with the plan, and you've got to have a backup plan, right? But we haven't really got a backup plan. The backup plan is scatter. Do you know what I mean? What's the backup plan? You're miles away, we're in Blackburn. Think about how far away we are. So if anyone gets stuck on foot, do you know what I mean? It's not going to be good. They're going to be running around waiting to get mopped up by blood. So we're like, listen, there's a meeting point there, blah, 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 blah. The meeting point is back where the cars were parked. So, I don't know what we're going to do here. If it all goes to plan, then it goes to plan. But if it just is what it is, people could start getting fucking night, or, it could be this, it could be that, it could be that. So we'll have to just make sure that nothing bad happens. But if it does, then we need to, no man gets left behind. We can't start leaving people up there, do you know what I mean? If any shots get fired, then it's just going to be absolute armed response on the scene as well, and they're going to have all roads blocked off. It's going to be a nightmare trying to get back to Liverpool from there if shots get fired. So remember that, and don't be trigger happy, yeah? Don't be trigger happy. Worst case, if you've got on them, just hit them with it. Don't start letting off, leggy them, like I said, if you have to. But if they pull something out, just put one right through the head, and that's that. There's no two ways about it, right? But safety first, yeah. And then let's just see what happens. But let's just try to keep it smooth. We've all done this loads of times. It's not, so don't start sweating about it. I mean, mate's like, no one's sweating. I'm like, lad, you've gone white. I'm only messing with him. He's like, who's gone white, lad? Yeah. Shut up, lad. So we're all just having a laugh at that. We're all having a laugh, right? But, it's getting to that time now, and guess what? It's time to move, right? It's time to move. So we all just walks over, we splits up and all that. We walks over, we meets up by the cars and that, gets in the cars and that. I'm like, yeah, group call on. We've got full batteries yet, sound. He's got bellies on like Berry Arch, we've got the earphones in, and we're ready to roll, yeah. We've got the pieces, we've got everything. So we goes and parks up by the first stash, and then they parks up by the new stash, you know what I mean? But we swap people around because we needed to swap. So I've got 2 of them with me out of their firm, and they've got 2 of us because they know what's happening, do you know what I mean? So they know exactly what's going on. They were ready to roll, yeah, we're ready to roll. Now I'm saying to them, he's there, they're like, yeah, we can see the house, boys, like, no activity. Like, there's no activity here. I said, but this door's open again. He's like, what's that? He's like, there's no doors. There's any cars there? He's like, there's no cars there. He said, there's no lights on either. And I'm thinking, that'll be sad if it's just, if it's just an invasion and there's no one there. So I'm like, all right, sad. So the time comes, I'm like, right, he's ready. I'm like, go, go, go. So they all just jumps out the car, right? So the lads where I am, they've just gone running in the gaff, right? And I can hear them like, what's that? What the fuck's that? And you can just hear screams like, ah! I'm like, oh my God. And the lads are running, they're like, lad, there's no one in this gaff. I'm like, no one. They're like, no one. I'm like, shut up, lad. I'm like, go, 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 ransack the gaff, lad. So they're ransacking that gaff, right? There's no one in that pie. If you've got a pie, right, with no one in it, you deserve it, you know what I mean? You absolutely deserve it. Is there any alarms? Like that, there was no alarms on the gaff, and I'm just like, these are proper amateurs, these are amateurs. So I'm talking to them, like, what have you found it? Like, nah, there's nothing. So they got it, I'm like, get up in the loft, I'm waiting, I'm thinking, there better be something up high. So the lads who are in the house where I'm at, next thing, this pool ball comes flying through the window, right, at the front window, and just smashing the front window, and I'm like, what? And there's plod, I can see a plod bike, and the plod bike goes past, sees the smashing the window, and then comes back, and I'm thinking, lad, how far? He's like, lad, we're I'm like, there's plod outside. He's like, what? I'm like, lad, there's plod outside. So I've just gone, fuck off, just ran this busy bike, like the busy's gone flying. I'm like, go, 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 lad, he's come running out right now. This kid who's through the ball pool, through the window, he's tried to escape. Me mate's just proper battered him. He's trying to put a pool ball through the window and jump out the window. My mate's absolutely passive. This plod just being rammed off the bike. He's like, he's going to blow it through any minute, right? And I'm like, go. So they've all jumped in the car, and I'm like, lad, go. So we've just spun it round. I'm like, what's enemy used? Lad, he's like, lad, we found it, it's fucking heavy. I'm like, yeah. He's like, lad, it's already in bags. I'm like, lad, go, go, go. So like, sound. So they've just jumped in that car, and we're off, right? And I'm like, lads, I'll meet you back at HQ. They're like, go on, sound. We are just flying, because we know quite well, by the time that plod just out cold, he's on the floor, there's going to be passers by you like, oh, you're all right, mate, yeah. And then it's brought that pipe bang, this, that, you know. Oh my God, lad, let's go. We are just absolutely flying. I'm on the phone, and where are you? Like, lad, we've got to go a different way, Sound. It's proper intense. We're flying, and I mean flying, right? I mean like proper, ridiculously flying. And I'm just like, fuck off. Now, these lads who I've brought up, right, these aren't rap, these are proper sounds. So I know whatever's in that pie, they're not going to start blagging it, because they're not like that. I know they're not like that. We're going to share all the goods, you know what I mean? So as we're flying down, right, we get round by like where we're close to the pool. I'm like, slow it down. We don't want to get pulled by plod round here, mate. The last thing you want to do. So we're just blending. Now, you remember, we're in platers. So, you know, we're in platers. We can't take a pull, we're getting rammed. And now the front of my car, it's got like a bit of damage on it, where I've just took the busy clean off the bike, right? Listen, it's attempted murder. You're getting done for attempted murder on that plot. There's no way I'm not. So I'm like, oh, lad, I'm like, what should we do? Melt it? I'm like, no. I said, take the cars here. So I told them to take the cars there. Right now, we've got there first, and we've got garages. So the cars in the garage, we've just jumped in. You know, we've just got said to mate, like, my other mate who's there where the garages. I'm like, lad, drop us off. He's like, Sam, Bally's pieces all in that car, just left, you know what I mean? Gets off and all that. So gets back to man with this stash, and I'm like to the lads, where are you now? They're like, lad, we're in, we're back to the pool. I'm like, hi, yeah. I said, yeah. I said, swap cars and come to man, yeah. He's like, go on, sound. Now, I trust these 100%, right? So I'm sitting in mine, right, and we're all just eagerly waiting. And he's going, what if they just bail? I'm like, lad, they won't bail. He's like, but what if they do? And I'm like, lad, I don't even want to talk about them like that. Do you know what I mean? I don't want to talk about them like that. Because you've got to remember, we've got 2 of these in market with us, and 2 of us are with them. So what are they going to do? Lad, they're not going to do nothing, lad. Yeah, it's just shut up, stop thinking like that, lad. You're talking out loud, lad. And you just shut up, lad. You're an absolute idiot. Do you know what I mean? Why are you that para? So then now comes to man as well, right? Oh my God, you should have seen what we got. I mean, boxes and boxes. We had about 350 grand in cash out of this new like combined stash, and just boxes everywhere. That was the main pie. That was their main pie, right? We have absolutely smashed it. So I phoned the baby's mom. I'm like, did you do what I said? She's like, yeah. So I said, all right. So I've got back in ours. So then the Wi-Fi's clicked in my house then, do you know what I mean? It's like, so then you're going off your Wi-Fi, you know? So I'm looking on Instagram. Sound. She's proper blended. Loads of likes, loads of comments. Oh, yeah. Glad to see you getting along and all this and all that. Now, that to me is what you call the perfect heist, yeah? That's smash and grab. Now, you've got to remember, all this started off me going to fair with the lads, yeah? But you've got to also remember, these little rats are selling bits, right, in a park next to a fair. Now, you know, you might think, oh, lad, come on, but I'm not arsed, right? And I did try and justify it by saying that, but to be honest, you're getting robbed. So I'll justify what I want, but you know really, because we're Scout Stories, right? Here's the shit thing about it though, right? They all end up getting nicked out, do you know what I mean? They all end up getting nicked because when the busy's being bonneted and all that, they've associated that to that house because there was a window through and all that. So when they have like got up and they have blew it through, all plot have come down, he ends up going through that gap and he found all kinds, you know what I mean? All tick lists and just all kinds, phones and grab phones, and they've all ended up just getting nicked. Right now, that's not us, is it? That's them. You should be more careful. So I don't know what happened to the other house. I don't even know anything about that, but they all got nicked because it was in the paper about a few days later, about a week later, something like that. And I ended up reading it and I was just like, oh. So they've all been nicked. Now, what they got nicked for or what they got sentenced for, I don't know, but, you know, it is what it is. That's not our problem, is it? You know, that's not our problem, you know. Only robbed them. We just robbed them. That's what, and, you know, the rest followed. But if he wouldn't have stuck the pool ball through the window and tried to get out, then it would have just been blended, but he did. So because of him, I had to run the busy over, I had to ram off his bike. So whose fault's that? It's not my fault, it's his fault. And he was going to pool ball through the window. Right, now, I want to say a big, massive shout and a big, massive thank you to everyone on the channel. Right, this was part 2. Part 1 is in the comment section below if you haven't seen it. But, you know, what a crazy, crazy story. Now, you've got to remember, all stories are fiction, all stories are fiction, blah, 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 right? Scouser out.